What's going on, my YouTube friends? If you've ever seen any of my channel before, then you're no doubt familiar with my double motor Rad Rover that I like to call the Mistress bike. Dual motors, homemade all-wheel drive bike, total blast to ride. But I'm not here to talk about that today. It's not about you today, Mistress. It's not about you. This is about why you should consider buying a used e-bike. Why not, right? There's going to be a used market for e-bikes building up very soon as they're getting hotter and hotter in the US. So why would you consider buying one? Well, I got a special treat for you today because the Mistress also has a twin sister. Check that out. A very, very heavily modified Rad Rover that I picked up used, actually, as it sits with all these accessories on it. I bought this on Facebook Marketplace. And I'm going to tell you more about it today, and then also a couple reasons why you might consider doing exactly what I did. So let's jump into it. All right, everyone, say hello to the Mistress's sister, this heavily modified 2020 Rad Rover 5. Here's the Mistress bike. My bike actually started as a 2018. I've had this for a while now, and did a lot of upgrades, of course. This bike has got a lot of additions to it as well, including, upgraded controllers and such. Didn't do the motor on it yet, but he did the controller and the screen and everything. And I found this in the used market on Facebook Marketplace. Pretty much the only thing I use Facebook for anymore. I'm always on there looking for deals on things, e-bikes included. And I was actually searching, hoping to find a broken Rad Rover. I really wanted to find one that was non-functioning, that I could grab, use for spare parts if I wanted, and also maybe take my spare parts and make it into a functioning bike again and fix it. I didn't find a broken one, but I found this guy right here, which was priced absolutely amazing. Contacted the guy immediately, drove, and paid him exactly what he wanted for it because he had it priced very fairly based on all of these accessories on this bike. So I guess that's my note to you right there. If you are researching and looking to buy an e-bike, check the used market. Look on Craigslist, look on Facebook Marketplace, see what you can find out there. Because, I get constant messages and comments on my videos saying, like, I've ordered such and such bike and I'm waiting 3 months to get it, or I ordered this bike 2 months ago and it still hasn't shipped yet. So that's reason number one you might want to look at a used bike like this, because it's available right now. You don't got to put it together. It's already put together for you. It's available right now. All you got to do is go drive and pick it up. You don't have to wait for it to be shipped or get damaged during shipping or anything. They're available right now. They're probably going to cost less than a brand new one. You're probably going to get some extras with it. So I don't know. There's just so many reasons why you might consider a used one. But here's the big one. I've said this so many times on my channel that these bikes are enormous, right? If you're 5'3" or 4, I wouldn't suggest you get one of these. They're gigantic. And if you are gonna go shop the used market for an e-bike, you'd be able to go and sit on the bike and try it and see if you actually fit on it, instead of just having it shipped to your house and then be like, oh my God, I can't use this thing. I purchased a Rad step-through bike before, and that's why I got it, because the lady that purchased it showed up and it's huge. It's too big for her, and she lived in a 1-bedroom apartment at the beach. So her Rad, full-size Rad, was sitting in like the hallway back to her room, which was ridiculous. So she unloaded it onto me. I ended up selling that bike to one of the viewers, and I regretted selling it because I'm always in need of a Rad bike for comparison purposes. So that was one of the reasons I picked up this bike. But let's sidestep here for a moment. Let me talk about all the accessories on this bike, because it's absolutely decked out and is ridiculous. Everything came on it. He sold it as is, as you see it right now. I mean, let's just go like front to back on this thing. I'll point some things out. So he did the upgraded Rad headlight. This is a $50 headlight. MRI Denver double bottle bracket with specialized bottle holders. You got this little marker light. You got this Garmin speed controlled headlight. It's like $100 and some for that. These, what are these called? Blackburn marker lights. This thing's got an air horn on it. Yeah, I said it, an air horn right there. Watch this. That's crazy. And you'll see there's like this cable that comes down off of it. That goes to down here. This is the not a water bottle. This is the air reservoir for your air horn. You just pressurize that bottle. That's what gives you your air horn. There's a rock form mount. This is like a $120 mount. You got the Hackney bar end mirrors. Those are, I think, 15 bucks. What else is on here? A tire pump, a folding bike lock, a alarm system. He's got the Bolton upgraded 35 amp controller. We've got a Ganiper, I think it's called. Shock suspension seat post. This rear rack's like a $60 rack. This bag alone is over $100 for just that bag. And all this stuff came on the bike as is for one price. And I'm not gonna tell you what I spent on it, but I'll tell you this. I spent less for this bike than what it costs to buy a Rad Rover off their website right now. And let me put that into more perspective for you. This bike, I went through and I looked at every single item on this bike and I priced it out online, the retail price of buying all this stuff. This bike has $850 worth of accessories on it. $850 worth of extras. That's what it would take you to build this. You'd have to buy the $1,700 Rad and then dump another $850 into it to get this bike. And I got it for less than the price of a new Rad. This is a 2020 Rad Rover 5. It's got, he told me 250 miles on it total, which I looked at the screen. He did the Bolton upgrade, so let's turn it on here. He got the new version, actually. The screen's better than my screen. He got the full color display. Cool looking screen, look at that. And it says it's got, let's get the odometer up. Odometer, 48 miles. So he's only put 48 miles on it since he switched the screen, which means he must have had about 200 on the bike originally. My screen on my bike is the old version because I did this years ago. There's my screen. But he was impressed I knew what all this stuff was. Because I showed up, I'm like, man, I know exactly what you got here. I'll take it. So I think he was thankful that the bike was going to someone that knew what it was, and I knew that this was a steal of a deal. So check for some used deals like this. You might be able to find something awesome like this out there for a good price that you can get immediately and test it out and not have to put it together, and it's got extras on it. It's going to save you a bunch of money. He's got this thing just totally decked out with all kinds of accessories on here. This bag is actually pretty cool. It's got huge saddlebags that flop out these side pouches, and it's full of tools. He left all the tools and everything inside it. All right, so why did you buy this? You do not need another e-bike. You don't have the space for it. Why did you buy this thing? I bought it because, number one, it's a heck of a deal, and I might end up actually cannibalizing this bike a little bit and taking some of the items that I don't have on mine and switching them over. All the little goodies here that I don't have on my bike currently. I like the whole rear rack thing, but I got the battery there and I can't really use it at the moment. So that bag might go on a different bike. So I'm probably gonna end up cannibalizing some of the items off of this. I think I mentioned before, I was looking for a stock Rad bike for comparison and testing purposes. He also gave me all of the stock parts, you know, the stock controller and screen and everything. So I can put this bike back to its stock Rad form, which I might do, or this might be a better idea actually. I might take the stock controller and just mount it right here above the Bolton controller, and then I can on the fly switch between upgrade and non-upgrade for testing purposes. This might be my testing bike when I need to do comparison videos to Rad, because then I'll have all stages. I'll have a stock Rad, I'll have a Bolton controller upgrade Rad. He didn't do the motor. It's still the stock Rad motor in there, so it's much faster, but it's not like insane crazy fast when you do the motor. That was my plan, to kind of convert this back using the original parts to a stock Rover, to have it for comparison, cannibalize some of the pieces off it. I don't know, that's kind of my thoughts right now, unless I can find something else creative to do with it. But it would be nice to have, you know, Rad Rovers in all stages of development. So there you go. If you're looking to buy an e-bike and you don't want to wait and you want to try before you buy and you want to get some extras and you want to save some money, go search for some used ones. They are out there for sure. There is no doubt a bunch of people that have bought this bike and they got it and it's too big, or they don't like it for whatever reason, and they're going to start popping up more and more. Watch on like the Facebook Marketplace and things like that. I guarantee it, they're out there. They're out there already. I see a bunch of them already for sale. But this, man, I couldn't pass it up at all. It was too much of a deal. Good luck to that guy that sold it to me. It's in good hands. I promise I won't destroy this thing. I'm gonna, I'll use everything that's here for sure. And this bike will get this bike will get a new life, absolutely. But that's all for today. I hope you found that helpful. That's my main goal of this channel, is just to get some helpful information out there. I'm not sure how many people are, you know, considering looking for a used one right now. I mean, there's got to be a bunch out there that have minimum miles on them. Check it out. You might be able to find a good deal that way. And that's all. Thanks for watching.